I'm Linda Tantawi, CEO of the Lustgarten Foundation. I'm thrilled to welcome you and thank you for joining us as we kick off the New York area summer walks. Thank you for your patience as we continue to move forward in this ever-changing world. You know, what struck me the most since I joined Lustgarten at the end of 2020 is the Lustgarten community's tremendous resilience and commitment to advancing pancreatic cancer research through donating and fundraising. We know research is fundamental and that time means everything. Lustgarten is a force for progress, and we are so grateful for you, for our community, giving voice together. Tonight, you'll learn a bit more about our plans for this year's walks. You'll also hear from our VP of Research, Dr. Andrew Rakeman, our President, Kerri Kaplan, National Walk Director of Events, Jason Rice, and our walk leader extraordinaire, the leader of the Westchester Walk, Tara Shanis Hernandez. First, a bit of housekeeping. Please ask questions by using the Q&A at the bottom of your screen. The chat function has been disabled. We will answer as many questions as we can, or we'll be sure to follow up with you later. And feel free to use the Q&A to say hello to us, and we'll be sure to give you a shout out during the program. As you ask your friends and family to join you by donating to Lustgarten, you can feel empowered by the progress we're making. It's only through fundraising that we can fuel our research program. Speaking of research, we're lucky to be joined tonight by Dr. Andrew Rakeman, our VP of Research, to talk to us about our progress. Hey, Andy.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here, Linda.
Andy, we're so happy that you have a few minutes to spend with us, and I thought maybe you could share a few highlights of what's happening in our portfolio. But first, I thought if you could briefly remind all of us what our three research pillars are and a few examples from each of those.
So I think, what brings us all here immediately is kind of the vision that we need to do better for people with pancreatic cancer, and this vision of transforming pancreatic cancer into a curable disease. But what really drives the progress and gives us the hope at the end of the day is the plan on how we're going to get there. And I think that's one of the things that really sets Lustgarten apart, is having a plan of how we're going to get to our vision of transforming pancreatic cancer into a curable disease. And that starts by taking a hard look at what are the issues facing people diagnosed today with pancreatic cancer. Too often it's diagnosed too late. We don't have great drugs and great therapies out there available yet, and we don't know what are the right therapies to use in the right person at the right time. And that's why our research program is really built around three pillars that address those needs, focused on earlier detection, identifying people at earlier stages in the disease when it is curable, looking for new therapies that really target the biology that underlies pancreatic cancer, and personalized medicine, really understanding who is the right patient, the right therapy for the right patient at the right time. And I think what's really so exciting about this time right now is that we're seeing progress across all of those areas. And we're really seeing early basic research that the Lustgarten supported moving into the clinic and moving into products that are going to change people's lives. And our fundamentally changes in our understanding of pancreatic cancer biology that's making new areas possible. So for example, we've seen over this past year work that we started early on in Johns Hopkins, looking at, can we develop a blood test that's going to help us identify pancreatic cancer earlier, turning into a test called CancerSeek that got spun out into a company that now recently was acquired by really one of the top companies that's driving forward cancer diagnostics. So lots of work moving forward on that earlier detection side, bringing early science into products that are going to impact people's lives. In the area of personalized medicine, it was work that we funded early on right here in Long Island at Cold Spring Harbor Labs trying to develop new tools to better understand not just pancreatic cancer in general, but a patient's individual tumor, developing organoids that are going to be kind of a lab model of a patient's tumor that we can test different drugs on and see what they're going to respond. And we're really excited that this year, the first big clinical trial that's going to test whether or not those can be used to decide which therapies would work best in a patient is getting kicked off. This is the PASS-1 trial. It's going to be an international study run in Canada and the US and test organoids. So again, two real clear examples of how early investment in research is turning into things that are now moving forward into real progress and real products that are going to impact people with pancreatic cancer. So taking that same vision, we said, can we look hard at all we've learned about the biology of pancreatic cancer and use that to help us identify new drugs and new things to impact people. So I'm also really excited that this year we launched a new program, really picking apart 4 key areas that make pancreatic cancer unique: the metabolism of the tumor, the inflammation that happens in the tumor, this protective cap called the stroma that forms around the tumor, as well as its persnickety tendency to want to metastasize very early, and say, can we use all of what we know to try to identify new drug targets and new therapeutic approaches? So again, in this very difficult pandemic year, we're able to kick off this large new program focused on that hopefully in a few years' time, we'll be talking about that early investment in research that's turning into new products moving forward. You know, and there's so much to talk about. I could go on and on here forget about this half hour, for the whole night, talking about all the exciting things that are going on. Never get a scientist started talking about data and progress. But you know, I'm going to have to cut it short there. But I hope it's a time to invite everyone here to come and join us at some of the events that we're having. That's really going to share and showcase both our researchers and our research progress moving forward, called Lustgarten Live. There'll be events happening in June. There'll be events happening all throughout the year that we hope that you all join us for. And really, I hope that everybody on this call, and you can get all your friends to come and join, comes not only to hear and get educated about what's happening, but really to celebrate the impact that you all are having on pancreatic cancer research. Because like you said, Linda, none of this happens without the supporters and the donors and the walkers and the people out there that provide all of the resources and the energy for us to do what we do here.
Thanks, Andy. Don't you love when our VP of research is so passionate and is also so effective at communicating why our walks are so important, our events are so important, why you all are so important to our fundraising and to showcasing all of our efforts. So thanks, Andy.
Thanks, Linda.
And thrilled to be welcoming Kerri tonight. All of you know Kerri. You've worked with Kerri, our Kaplan, our president, in raising the important dollars that we need for our research. Kerri has been with the foundation for 15 years. She knows all of you. She knows this work inside and out. And Kerri's here to talk to all of you about the importance of your generosity and the importance of the walks and why this is so important to all of us. Hi, Kerri.
Hi, Linda. Thanks so much. So first of all, being here 15 years means that me and my family have been walking for 15 years. So while I attend many events throughout the country, and at the Long Island Walk, you know, I'm there early, I see people, you know, at the registration tent, but then most of the time, actually, my family and I actually do the walk on Jones Beach. We get a whole group together. And so after the work is done, we actually walk, and we're so looking forward to being together in person again. So last year, we actually started fundraising with this New York City walk because we knew that we were going to be doing it virtually. So my family actually walked on the New York City Walk Day and on the Long Island Walk Day, just in our neighborhood. So that was great. I know that some people will still be doing that, but we're so thrilled that some people will be able to join us. You got to stay tuned for all the details on that. But really, we could not do this without so many important people. So first, I really want to thank our sponsors. So our brown sponsor is Novacure, and our presenting sponsor, again, is our exclusive hospital sponsor, Northwell Health. In addition to the financial support they're providing to our walks, they will also have a team of healthcare walkers walking. And Andy mentioned our past trial. They're also going to be working with us on our upcoming clinical trial. So our partnership has been, it's in research, and it's in fundraising, and it's in walking. So our team members actually from Northwell have a special message for you.
Hello from the Northwell Health Cancer Institute at Lenox Hill Hospital, the offices of Dr. Elliot Newman, Dr. Marco Mellis. My name is Joyce Aiden. I'm the office nurse practitioner and team captain. We are very happy to be part of the Lustgarten Pancreatic Cancer Research Walk. We will be walking on June 27th, and we look forward to seeing everybody else in purple.
And on behalf of our office and Dr. Mellis and the rest of the team, certainly we recognize how important this effort is and how we devote so much time to taking care of our pancreatic cancer patients, and the funds raised by the Lustgarten Foundation are the only hope for us in the future being able to do this more successfully and with terrific outcomes. And we encourage everybody to help and participate in this great cause.
I love that some of them have purple scrubs. I'm actually wearing my purple t-shirt under my jacket too. So we're so excited for you to join the folks from Northwell with their team. We really want to take a moment to recognize some of our special teams. So normally we acknowledge our top fundraising teams at the walk. And of course, last year we weren't in person together. So I want to take a moment to reflect back and thank and recognize some of our 2020 top teams. So that's Team Baldor, Team Nussbaum, the Ross Brothers, Team John Williams, Mark Colt's team for Danielle, Gigi's team, who you'll hear from that team shortly, Team Holtzman, Bonnie's Buddies, and Team Ameriprise for Michelle. Now for 2021, we already have a lot of great teams who are fundraising and have started, and I want to take a moment to give them a shout out. And for those of you that have not joined yet, we'll in our office, we'll give you a shout out one after we see your names come up. So I want to recognize A Hike to Remember, Gigi's team back again, Lucille's Army, Mary Mass team, Miriam's BFFs, Mary's Own Marchers, or they have a shortened name, Mom. I think that Mary's probably the mom. Team Baldor, Team Bassani, Team Daddy-O, that's a longtime team. Team Gurney, Team John Phillips, Team Rhea, Team W, Team Yed, Walking Warriors, and We Walk for Doug. So that's just some of the teams that you will see out if you come to us to meet us in the city, or if you're in your neighborhoods, you'll see some of those teams, and we're really looking forward to having those teams. And if you're on this webinar and you've not signed up and you think that having a team can be daunting, take it from someone that knows. It's so easy now with email and social media. I mean, last year, I hadn't seen anybody the whole fundraising time, but between email and social media, it's really just that simple. And as a matter of fact, we're going to have our National Director of Events, Jason Rice, take you through some of the easy ways to fundraise. So thank you for having me. I look forward to seeing everyone, and I'm so happy that we're going to be back. Jason?
Thank you, Kerri, and good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I'm as excited as everybody else for this year's New York City, Westchester, and Brooklyn walks. Unlike Kerri, I actually started a year and a half ago before the pandemic started. So I have yet to be to a live New York City, Westchester, or Brooklyn event. So it's all that more meaningful to me that we're going to be able to do some of this stuff in person again. So once again, my name is Jason Rice, and I work with our events team here at Lustgarten. And as of May 19th, we are officially 39 days away from the event. So if you haven't registered yet, there's still time to sign up. to recruit your friends, your family, your coworkers, and of course, to fundraise as much as possible for pancreatic cancer research. And tonight, as Kerri said, we'll go over some of the best ways to jumpstart your campaign. But first, I know many of you have questions about this year's walks. So let's get started first with New York City. We're excited to announce that on Sunday, June 27th, we'll be holding our first in-person walk in over 15 months. We'll be meeting that morning on Pier 84 in Hudson River Park. And as you know, the CDC has changed their guidelines for group gatherings, and we're working closely with the Parks Department to make sure we follow all the recommended protocols that day so we can ensure that you and your families are safe. Currently, there is still a limit of 500 people who gather at the walk. So we are asking that if you plan on attending, and even if you're not 100% sure you're coming yet, please let us know when you register. There will be a drop-down box on the online registration form that will ask if you plan on joining us, or you can indicate that you plan on walking in your own neighborhood. And I promise you, we will keep you posted on what to expect on walk morning as we get more details. We'll have an FAQ on our New York City Reg page. We'll send out detailed emails and we'll post on social media. But please, if you register soon, you will also get these updates directly sent to you. And as an additional incentive, when you register in advance and you either donate $50 or fundraise $50, we will send you your Lustgarten Walk Day shirt. We have I'm wearing the example now. This is actually long sleeve. We're gonna get you guys short sleeves because it is gonna be the end of June for the walk. Now, for those of you who are unable to attend in person, we still encourage you to walk in your own neighborhoods that day. And this will go also for both Westchester and Brooklyn walkers. We'll not have any official in-person walks in either of those locations this year. So much like last year, we're asking you and your teams to find a safe public place to walk, whether it's your neighborhood, a park, a hiking trail, a beach, even if it's your treadmill. Or if you're looking to get together with some other walk leaders in the area, we're going to work on connecting everyone. So if we know there's some groups walking unofficially in a park, maybe you guys can still have a chance to walk together and share that day. So then we're going to ask that you share pictures and videos from your walk online, and be sure to tag us at Lustgarten FDN. And then join us online too. We'll have a neighborhood walk opening ceremony that weekend for all of you that are walking in your neighborhoods. Now, Westchester and Brooklyn walkers are welcome to join us in New York City that morning if you'd like. And you will also be able to let us know if you're planning on attending when you register on your Westchester or Brooklyn home pages. So once again, as Kerri said, if you haven't registered, you can go to lustgarten.org, New York Walks, and select your event. From there, you can sign up as an individual, you can join a team, or you can start your own team. Now, but before you run off and do that, we do want to talk about fundraising. As Dr. Rakeman had mentioned earlier, we have a lot of amazing research in the pipeline, but the research needs funding. So that's why we are asking our New York community to come together that day so we can accelerate discoveries towards a cure. Along with telling your networks about the research, it's also important for you for your fundraising campaign to tell your own story. So sharing why you walk will help motivate, inspire your donors. So as you're updating your fundraising page or your emails or your social media posts, your texts, even if you're talking to a neighbor in person, be prepared to let them know why you are walking. Speaking of social media, we want to make sure that you're aware of a great new tool that we have. It's a Facebook fundraising tool. And when you sign up, you'll have an option to create it on the spot. With that Facebook fundraiser, will allow any donations that you raise online through Facebook to show up on your Lustgarten Walk fundraising page, which is terrific. It's a great way to be able to get out the message using Facebook, but also make sure those donations go straight to your walk efforts as well too. Now, don't worry, if you've already registered, you can still log into your walk fundraising page dashboard and select the Facebook tab. It's usually in the top right-hand corner to create your fundraiser as well. It's super easy. We've actually had people accidentally set it up and still raise a couple $100s off of it. So, but if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our team and we'll help you get started. So, but for it to work best, we do recommend following up often. So not only just with emails and with your communications, but posting updates online, using this as an opportunity to thank your donors, sharing pictures or short videos of your team, anything that will bring attention to your posts over these next few weeks. Now, finally, I know we're talking a lot about online fundraising, which we've been kind of limited to for this last 16 months or so. But now that things are starting to open up and the weather's getting nicer, don't forget you can also go offline to fundraise as well. There are a ton of easy fundraising events that you can hold. And with school letting out soon, many are family friendly. So maybe it's a garage sale, a lemonade stand, a car wash, a bake sale, a picnic, a barbecue, a birthday, a sporting event. or you can plan something with just the grown-ups too. It could be a wine tasting, a trivia night, potluck dinner, live music, a comedy event, a cocktail party. I mean, really any kind of party. I mean, when was the last time any of us went to a party? If you plan a party as a fundraiser, it's almost a guaranteed success at this point. So, of course, please remind your donors that 100% of all donations you raise fund life-saving pancreatic cancer research. And just remember the importance of your role. You help raise the funds, Lustgarten allocates them to promising research, and we get another step closer to better treatments and finding a cure. But it all does start with you. So now I'm very fortunate to have a special guest with us tonight, Tara Shanes Hernandez. Tara is not only our amazing volunteer walk leader in Westchester County, but also a longtime advocate for Lustgarten and pancreatic cancer research, and a terrific fundraiser in her own right. So she was really the perfect person to join us this evening. Welcome, Tara. It's good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
So I was just talking a minute ago about the importance of sharing your story as part of your fundraising campaign to inspire and motivate your walkers and donors. I was wondering if you can share with us why you walk.
So I walk in memory of my mom, and I have her picture here, me and my mom. My mom passed away 12 years ago from pancreatic cancer, and she was 51 years young when she was diagnosed, and I was 24. And my mom had no history of pancreatic cancer in her family. She didn't smoke, she didn't drink, she was vegetarian. So she didn't have any signs or symptoms until she had a stomach ache. And everyone gets stomach aches every so often. But then unfortunately, her skin and her eyes started turning yellow. So she got jaundice. And that was a really quick, lots of doctor's appointments and lots of procedures she needed to have. And it was really quick and overwhelming. And unfortunately, we didn't get much hope at that time. 12 years ago, the statistics were still in the single digits for survival rate for pancreatic cancer. And even though we live in the wonderful New York area and we have amazing medical hospitals, unfortunately, most of them just gave us no hope for my mom. And so I wanted to do something in memory of her. And actually, the last words she ever spoke to me in the hospital before she died were that she wanted to bring a victory flag to pancreatic cancer. And I have taken those words and I wanted to do something. So I started the Westchester Pancreatic Cancer Research Walk. And this will be our 12th year walking together, whether it be together or through our neighborhood walks. But I wanted to take what my mom had inspired me to do. She always wanted to help other people, and I continue to want to help others in memory of her and continue her fight, even though she can't be with us here today.
Well, I know she would be very proud of all of your efforts and your dedication to the mission. And over those last 12 years, what has the Westchester Walk raised?
So the Westchester community has been amazing, and the Westchester communities have raised over $4 million for pancreatic cancer, and 100% of every dollar has gone directly to pancreatic cancer research. And we are amazed. Unfortunately, that means so many people have been affected by pancreatic cancer in our community, but also so many people have come together and created teams and walked together in person. And we've had thousands of participants in the past throughout the years, and teams that are keep coming back, teams that Kerri mentioned with shout outs for super teams with fundraising. And we are so thankful for all of the fundraising efforts and coming together day of, and also all the fundraising leading up to it, which is what we're doing now as well for this year.
So speaking of fundraising, as part of such a successful legacy in the way of this event, do you have any advice, any strategies, tips or tricks you'd like to share with our audience tonight?
Yeah, so emails are always a great start. I actually have a list of friends and family that I email frequently, and the follow-up is important because, as we all know, we're all busy with emails. So, I kind of do a once a month, every couple week email, just a reminder. And it is amazing how many friends and family do want to help in whatever way they can, and every donation means so much. And also, when been in person for work, did fundraisers just having an envelope on the desk at work with my mom's picture, and also some purple Hershey Kisses as thank yous. And just
nice touch.
Any purple I can. Purple is my positivity color now, my husband and I wear purple. My students know me in purple, and just trying to take what my mom has taught me and try and help others. And the fundraising helps with the emails, with in person if you're able to at work or in your own school or organizations, as well as social media. Social media has been really important for fundraising in the past and now with the new tools.
Now, you just recently had a birthday, right?
I did. Yes, I did. My birthday is around Mother's Day, so.
And I saw you did a Facebook fundraiser for your birthday.
It is my first year doing a Facebook fundraiser, and within a matter of hours, I surpassed my goal. So I extended it, and in a matter of days, we raised almost $900 for Lustgarten and pancreatic cancer. So it was really easy to set up. In the past, I've also done it where I thank people, and I continue to do that this year. I thank people for their donations. I actually usually find photos of me with that person or my mom with that person and thank them publicly. A creates more awareness for pancreatic cancer for Lustgarten, and also I think people just get a little air hug on social media. That's helpful.
That's terrific. Now, as I mentioned earlier, folks in both Brooklyn and Westchester are going to be doing their walks in their communities, their neighborhoods. I was wondering if you had plans as to where you and your team were going to walk this year.
Yeah, so I think just like last year, my team's kind of all over the place and still working out where everyone's going to walk. But I think my husband and I are going to be doing a hike. Try and get into the fresh air. And I know a lot of people also are going to be going to Playland still. The reason we have had the walk at Playland in the past is because I grew up close by and my mom and my family took walks there every day. So it's also a very special, meaningful place I go to often. And people are welcome to go back to Playland in their own groups, their own families. Obviously, beautiful day, beautiful water to think of your family and friends that might have been affected by pancreatic cancer. Also, just a tip is that wherever friends and family do walk, the benefit of having it be a neighborhood walk is people can walk anywhere and then send you their pictures. And then what I also did afterwards is share those pictures on social media, have them tag us in it, and then I can send that as another reminder. People can still fundraise and donate after the day of the walk as well.
Great, thanks, Tara. And yes, fingers crossed for a beautiful day on the 27th. Again, thank you for all that you do. Truly, it's amazing. And good luck with the fundraising this year. And we look forward to seeing photos and videos from your group this year, wherever you end up. So before I turn it back to Linda, I just want to remind everyone that myself and our team are here to help you and your walkers, whether it be with registration or fundraising or just general questions about logistics for this year. So please feel free to reach out to us and we will set up some time to help you out. So Linda, back to you. Hope you're still on mute, Linda.
I was reading the question. So thanks, Jason, and Tara, thank you. One of the questions that just came up was that you are such an inspiration that Stuart made a donation, registered for the walk and donated. So that was thanks to you. So thanks, Tara. And Jason, we also had a question about what time the walk is in New York. I know that we have an FAQ up on the walk page, but it might be helpful if you just go through briefly.
Sure, yeah. So with this year's New York City event, we are going to be mindful as far as how we want to disperse our walkers so that we're safe and that we're also safe on that park setting. So we're actually going to have two start times. We're going to have an 8:30 start time and a 9 o'clock start time. Both of those times, we are going to have a brief presentation for those folks who gather. Once the walk starts, we are going to be doing sort of mini staggered starts where we'll be letting 50 to 100 people go every couple minutes. So that way we're sort of spread out over the course. So more information will be online when you register. And of course, the FAQs should be up, I believe, this evening as well. And if anything else changes or if there's any other major news or updates that will impact the walk, we will update those FAQs and we'll send out a notice to everybody who's registered.
Great. Thanks, Jason, and thanks, Kerri, and thanks to Dr. Rakeman. You can all see what a committed team we have here at Lustgarten, and this is just a very, very small number of us, but all of us committed to transforming pancreatic cancer into a curable disease. We'll all see you on June 27th at the walk. Can't wait to meet you all in person. If you have any questions about fundraising, reach out to Jason and his team. Kerri and I are also happy to help with whatever we can do. And we'll see you on the 27th. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, bye, everybody.
Kerri. Bye, Andy.